What's up guys, Chipset from Chipset Reviews. Today I've got my hands on the latest Yi Discovery action camera. This one is quite affordable, it's priced under $50, and today we will find out how good it really is and how it compares to the other popular 2018 action cameras. So let's begin with the specs. I will put the specs on the screen so you guys can have a quick read. You have a Sony IMX sensor with an Allwinner chipset, wide angle lens. This does 4K videos at 20 frames per second, 8 megapixel photos. You have a 2-inch LCD screen and it's actually touch screen, which is awesome. You got single band Wi-Fi, a microSD card slot supporting up to 64 gigs. This comes with a 900 milliamp battery. There is however no EIS, no waterproof case and no remote control or any other accessory. So this is everything you get in the box. You got your paperwork, user manual, your micro USB charging cable and the camera itself. So here is the latest camera by Yi. It's called the Yi Discovery. It's an affordable budget action camera. It's suitable for beginners. This takes 4K videos at 20 frames per second and 8 megapixel photos. Now if we go through all the ports, on the side you have your microSD card slot and your USB charging port. And on the top you've got your power button and shutter button and your speaker. Nothing on this side, and at the bottom you have your battery compartment. So here is a 900 milliamp battery which will provide around 80 minutes of video recording. So let's power this up. So this has the Sony IMX 179 sensor, which we have seen in the past. So if we have a quick look in settings, you will see that this does 4K videos at 20 frames per second. You got 2K at 30 frames and 1080p at 60 frames per second. And it goes all the way down to 720p. And you've got your microphone mode, sharpness. These are all your options. There is no electronic image stabilization, but you do have Wi-Fi built in, so you can connect to the app and use it as a wireless viewfinder. So now I'm going to take this out for a spin and we're going to find out how good this action camera performs. I'll be right back. So I'm shooting 4K at 20 frames per second. And this is what the quality looks like, indoor quality. I'm hoping the microphone sounds quite good. There is no image stabilization. And this is what the quality looks like. So now I'm shooting 1080p video at 60 frames per second, and this is what the quality looks like. There is no image stabilization. So here are some nighttime shots for you guys. So I'm doing 1080p at 60 frames per second. I'm standing outside my hotel. I'm on a Valentine's break and I'm just taking a few shots outside, low light, and seeing what the quality is like. So I'm shooting 4K videos at 20 frames per second. It's Thursday morning. It's a beautiful day. I'm at the Beaumont Estate in Windsor. It's a beautiful hotel. Here's the front view. It's part of the Devera chain, and we stayed in the junior suite for Valentine's Day, 2-day break. Absolutely loved it. The dinner, the breakfast, everything was spot on. People actually get married here, so if you guys want a nice break, check out the Beaumont Estate. Coming back to the camera, 4K video at 20 frames per second. We've even got a chapel here. That's a chapel. So this is 20 frames per second, 4K video. So now I'm shooting 1080p video at 60 frames per second. There is no electronic image stabilization in this camera. So I'm walking and I'm trying to keep a steady hand the best I can. But the quality does look amazing on the LCD, so I look forward to seeing how this looks on the big screen. So this is 1080p at 60 frames per second. The beautiful Beaumont Estate in Windsor. It's not a very windy day, so I'm hoping we're getting clear audio, and the audio sounds great, I hope. So let's just enter the White House. all I can say is wow, the video and photo quality is actually quite impressive, especially at this price range. Now let's get back out there with a gimbal stabilizer in hand and see if we can get a more stable footage. So I like the quality of this camera so much that I decided to take it out again and this time put it on a gimbal. So I'm recording 4K video at 20 frames per second. I got this camera on a gimbal and we're going to see if it's more stable than it was before. This camera records very clear 4K video at 20 frames per second, but there was no image stabilization, so I've got it on a gimbal right now, electronic gimbal, the one I showed you guys in a previous video, and it does actually seem much more stable. So this is an option for you guys if you're considering this 4K camera. So there you have it guys, that was the latest Yi Discovery action camera. So let's break it down with some pros and cons. This action camera is currently priced at only £42, which is ridiculously cheap for the good quality this camera produces. 4K and 1080p video looked absolutely amazing. There is of course no image stabilization built in, but if you had this mounted on a tripod or a gimbal, then you will have no problems with stabilizations at all. Photos at 8 megapixels were quite good, but again, for that perfect shot, you need to make sure you have steady hands. But being an ex-boxer, my hands have never been steady due to some hand injuries, which I'm not going to go into right now. But bottom line, this is a very nice 4K action camera, and for the price, I have not seen any action camera produce this type of quality. Now, I was expecting $40 performance from this action camera, but I was actually quite surprised to say that this action camera is much better than I expected. So here is my best action camera chart for 2018, and on this list I will include the cameras which I have completed reviews for, and based on my experience the Yi Discovery takes position 5 on this chart. The only thing I could wish for is EIS. Nevertheless, if you have steady hands you can still achieve very decent results with this action camera. Stay tuned as we have quite a few action cameras coming up on the channel very soon. So another impressive product by Yi Technology. Everything I've tried from this company so far is all about high quality and great performance. It's very nice that they have created this beginner version action camera without cutting corners on image quality, and the only real sacrifice being EIS, which is quite forgivable at this price range. And with that being said, I'll leave the links in the description so you guys can check this product out. Do let me know in the comments what you guys think of this camera. That's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a brilliant day. See you in the next one, guys.